name is Sarita Moody, and I am a woman who is proud to identify as woman. And I am a mentor. I consider myself to be a leader and an advocate and a great friend.
What would you say is the thing that is your spark?
What gives me fire is my individuality. I think it's just the way that I carry myself. I'm very introspective, and I consider myself to be slightly introverted. But my inside comes out to others, and I think people appreciate that.
With living here in St. Louis, what has that journey been like for you as a woman?
I think that's a great question. I come from a family who allows me and my brother to be ourselves. My mom, she's always pushed us to experience new things. So I had the opportunity to see St. Louis and get to know a lot of people at a very early age. And I didn't have boundaries on being super feminine. I never liked to wear dresses unless I was going to church, because I feel like that was the only place where I had to, be super feminine. But otherwise, you could catch me in like long shorts and long t-shirts. And my mom, she was open with that. And I could express myself the way I wanted to express myself, and I could go through these phases without feeling bound by society's norms of what a girl or a young lady should be like.
How do you constantly live like your best life and live out your definition of who you are?
That's a great question too. So I feel like I've been doing a lot of self-discovery over the last couple of years. About a year and a half ago, I felt like I was experiencing different waves of depression, and I wasn't really sure where those feelings were coming from. That kind of forced me to look inward and look into what things were influencing me to feel certain things. One of the things that I attribute to those negative emotions was being heavily involved in like social media. I feel like social media, while it's fun, it's also a trap where we compare ourselves to others. People present the best of themselves, and you're never getting that realness from what you're looking at. And so I kind of had to take a step back, and not just from social media, but from a lot of things, and reevaluate how those things were making me feel. There's a time and place for entertainment, but sometimes you have to dive a little bit deeper and exercise your mind. I have discovered meditation. I'm new to it, but so far it's been like super helpful. I also do a lot of reading, having great conversations with friends, making sure I stay connected, and mindfulness has become something to me where when I wake up, I have to be very intentional on how I start my day. I have to be very intentional about living in the moment and understanding what I'm feeling right then and there. People are super into fitness and eating well, and that's all great, but I think we should also be mindful of having conversations about how we feel on a day-to-day and taking note of the emotions that are controlling us and how we feel even in everyday situation.
How did that transpire to influence your style or styles?
So I've played around with a lot of different styles. The one that I currently have feels the most comfortable to me, and it's basically pieces that stand out. I like conversation starters, so like my rings, I wear these all the time. I like metals, I like lines, I like sharp things, I like big hair or cool haircuts. So that's kind of what my style is now. I feel most comfortable when I dress the way that I feel and not try to put myself in a box.
Anything else?
Yeah, so feeling moody has been my business for about 4 years now. I knit scarves, and every piece that I try to make, I want to be bold and I want them to stand out and be unique. That's where my inspiration comes from. I use chunky yarns, buttons. Sometimes I've experimented with leather. And then I'm working on some other pieces for fall and then expanding into some other areas like housewares. So look out for that.
Yes.
Like, I'm so good at this.
My hair is that it's very much me. That I feel like it's a unique thing that not a lot of women have.